Hello everybody, this is Mafingie here, and as you can see I am in my test world and I am here to show off this contraption. It is not very new, but it serves a very important purpose for mappers, so I felt like I would show it. What it does is it adds the scores of individuals in a team to form a team score, a combined team score, as you can see by the scoreboard on the right. This is just a little blueprint of it, of the actual adding mechanism, and over here I have built a working model using 2 clocks to run the command blocks. I'll do a little demonstration before I get into how it actually works. These command blocks add me to the blue team and give me 5 kills. There we go, and as you can see the command blocks have begun adding those kills and turning them into a team score, and as you can see that equals the number of kills that I put in. That can obviously be changed through these command blocks, and I will get into how to change the ratios in which the scores are added, and also how to change which objectives you use. This one adds me to Team Red and gives me 9 kills. So you should see that the red objective overtakes the blue one, and in the end I have 9. Brilliant. This one adds me to the yellow team and gives me, how many kills? 10 kills, I believe. The comparator is active and the clock is pulsing these command blocks. So this final one gives me 56 kills and adds me to Team Green. So this works by testing for any player on Team Green that has at least 1 kill, or anyone on Team Yellow. It does the same thing for each team. Then that signal is sent through 2 command blocks. This command block once again finds a random player in that team with at least 1 kill and takes away 1 kill from them. So every time this pulses, it reduces the number of kills that I have, for all the way down from 56, hopefully to 0. And each time it does that, it also adds green on the scoreboard, Team Green, and gives it a 1 team score. So that is the exact same for each of these, and with the exception of the teams, obviously, which you have to retype and replace. And you can tile it very easily. So there's that, there's that, there's that. Oops, that's not meant to be there. So there, that's done. That's all you need to do. You just have to swap out the name of the team, create a new team, obviously, and find some way of giving that team score. So, as I mentioned earlier, you can change the ratios in which the scores are added. So, for sake of argument, if you wanted every person in Team Blue to give, whenever they get a kill, to give 2 points to the blue team, you would go over to the last command block, the one that adds score to the team, and you would just replace that with 2. You could do, if you wanted the red team to gain 1,000 points every time a player got a kill, there it is. That's all you have to do. If you want to change it in the opposite direction and say that each player needs to have a certain number of kills to add 1 point or to the score, it is slightly more complicated. You have to go into each of the command blocks and change these the number here to whichever number you want. In this case I have changed it to 10, and you also have to do the same thing for both of these numbers here, because these this is the actual command block that takes that amount of score away from the player, so this is also extremely important. Once you've changed all of those numbers, it will take that number of kills to give the team 1 score. You can also change out the objectives. It doesn't have to be kills, it can be anything. So I have here kills. You could replace this with whichever objective you have or want, really. You could have it the number of steps walked, so the person who runs the furthest within a certain amount of time gains the most score for their team, or all sorts of things. It opens up a lot of possibilities for mini-games, which people have probably already made by now. So yes. And on a final note, I talked about tileability, so now I will talk about these clocks. You can use pretty much any kind of clock for these, but the one caveat is that this clock here For this one I've used a fill clock, which is incredibly fast. That's where you cannot see anything happening. Needs to be faster than this clock here. If this clock was faster, for example, if it was this speed, it would cause all sorts of problems, because there is a slight delay with comparators, and for a clock this fast, that delay may be amplified and may become extra score, or extra score might be subtracted, and it could cause all sorts of problems. So you want a nice slow clock for this. And for that I've chosen a hopper clock, because they're extremely simple. And the reason that I have used a fill clock is instead of a set block clock, because both of them are equally as fast, is that the fill clock is silent. But the one downside to that is it shows many chat messages, as you can see here when I get my keyboard turned around. There we go. As you can see, it is making all of these horrible command block output messages, and that is a very annoying downside to it, but there isn't really anything that can be done about that apart from turning command block output to false. So yes, that's it. Thank you for watching, and once I've made a few more of these videos, I will probably settle in and I will probably be less jittery. So I look forward to that. Goodbye, thank you for watching, I shall see you soon.